Hey guys, I'm Tim.
And I'm Bob.
And I'm Dan. What are we doing?
Well, this is a board game rundown. Today we are going to review Unlocking Insanity, Dice Vermiis Mysteriis. So this is a roll and write put out by Petersen Games. We are all cultists, or aspiring cultists, in the cult of Cthulhu, and we are learning, Cthulhu stuff, and it's making us crazy.
That's what it tends to do.
Yeah, totally. So the goal is to get the most knowledge by going the least amount
insane.
Of crazy. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So basically, in this game, we've got the positive dice here, which we roll. You're going to pick 2 to roll. You're going to assign an attribute to the positive section of your brain, and then you're going to draw a rando negative die and roll it, and then you've got to put that die result twice down on your board, which gets really hinky later.
So for every positive thing you learn, you get 2 negative things.
2 negative things. That's right.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go on a fugitive rant about the word hinky right there, but I will not.
Each time, it's like that Simpsons. Each time I learn something new, it
You gotta
pushes
keep
something
saying,
I already know
out of
my
your brain. Yeah.
Like that time I learned how to make wine and forgot how to drive.
Yeah.
That's the best quote ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to break down some of our thoughts on this roll and write, which we just played, and I did not lose, for the record.
Oh, he didn't come in last. He didn't win.
He didn't really win
I
either.
should say I didn't come in last.
Didn't come in last. There you go.
I did lose, but I didn't come in last, which is normally the case.
Yeah.
So first off, out of the categories that I like to talk about, let's discuss accessibility or availability of this game. So that's sort of loaded because right now, as far as I know, it is pretty much just on the Petersen Games website.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to say that you won't find this in stores, though.
Right.
The price point, it's not bad. It's like a typical roll and write, so it's not super expensive. So I guess for availability, I give it a 3 out of 5 because it's not like it's hard to find. You just have to go to
have to go find it.
Specific place to find it.
And I have noticed lately that going to the manufacturer's website is usually a good place to find some of the games you're looking for.
If you're really having trouble, right,
Yep.
and you can't get it in your store,
Mhm.
right. But I don't think that there's any reason why.
This won't make it there eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you could just say, hey, man, go to your
Store and
game
say, can you
store.
order me some?
Yeah, order me one of these. I'd love to buy it. And I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
So availability for me is a 3 out of 5 because you just have to do that much work to do it.
You can't just go to a big box store or an Amazon or something.
Yeah. You're not finding
It takes a little bit of effort.
Right. Just on a shelf at a Target.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5, so it's not the same as Tim.
Halves. No halves.
So it's not the
3
same
and
as
a
Tim.
quarter.
Yeah, exactly. Good
Just to not be
move.
the same as everybody else.
I'm quitting this show.
Clever girl.
Quitting this show. The next category I like to talk about is accessibility. How hard is it to teach? We literally just sat down.
Mhm.
Now, I had read the rules last night and played a little bit solo, just kind of messing around with it. But we all learned, 4 of us learned and played this 15 minutes, 10 minutes we had the rules, if that.
Yeah.
We
if
had
that,
to look up
for the
2
rules.
things.
Yeah.
And it wasn't hard to look up.
Yeah.
Right.
And
No.
technically, we'd even covered it. We just went back and refreshed
I
our
just
memory.
forgot.
Correct.
And the rule book is, it's not very long. It's 7 pages.
Okay.
Half of that 7 is credits. And page 1 and 2 are the cover. And so really,
So there's 4 pages of
it's really-
actual
right.
instruction.
which is great. I
Yeah.
like short, concise school books.
Yep. And it's pretty. It's not no vagaries really. It was pretty clear as to how
we
to
played
play.
a full game
Yeah.
really quickly, and
Mhm.
yeah. So for teachability, I guess I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to teach. There's some things you have. I say a 4 maybe instead of a 5 because there's a few things you just kind of need to keep track of, constantly totaling up your insanity.
Different brain areas.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not a negative. It's just you got to pay attention. Just make sure you're paying attention.
Right.
And reminding people. So for me, how about you? 4.5, 3 and 3 and a third.
What is
Ooh.
a 4.1?
It's a punch in the nose.
So, I hate when you go first because it's the same number as you. It's all the same
Pretty
reasons,
much.
right? We all feel very similar. We all played this together right now. It was very simple to learn. We had to look up 2 things. And I had never, we did an unboxing on this game
last week.
last week, and that was the only thing I've known about this game at all.
Sure.
So the fact that you were able to teach me that quick, and I had no issues, and I technically came in second. That's
Tied for second with me.
yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
Wait, that only leaves one thing though. Who came in last?
Who was that? It was probably the person that was, because you had 4
yeah.
people playing, right? And there's only 3 of us here,
But
so
you
that
didn't-
would leave.
You didn't win.
Let's move on. I win.
So components. Now components, I've got a little bit more to talk about on
Yes.
components. So I have a lot of positive and negatives. I will let you give your number first, but I am gonna go over some of my positives.
And
And
the blue blips.
the
He went crazy while we were playing.
So we do
Two
have
sides.
the dry erase boards,
Expand.
but they send you just a monstrous
Pad of paper.
pad of paper.
Oh, wow.
And the quality of the paper is really nice. Like this
Thick.
isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real thick. It's really nice. I like also that the box looks like a book.
Ooh, yeah.
That I talked about that in the unboxing. That was the first thing I said.
But isn't that the
love
bottom?
that.
Oh, the top does too.
Yep.
Okay. I was like,
Yep.
wait a minute. The
Nope.
bottom's going to get covered by the top, but the top
does it
too.
too. But and we played with this because I like the dry erase.
Me-
Like if you have
same.
that option.
Yep.
But so even though this is technically not standard, the paper and the pencils
Is what
are
comes
great.
in the box.
Comes in the box.
But
and
the
they're good.
add-on.
The paper is really good. I love the dice. And also something important to note is when you play with colorblind players, they have a
They
way
have symbols.
with symbols on here, so it made it very easy.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't a lot of like checking, like, well, which
Which
one
color
is
is that?
that?
Which color is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's the square one. Oh, it's the circle one. Oh, yeah.
So it worked out really well, in
makes
my
nice.
opinion.
I do like how you let Dan go first, though.
I haven't given a number yet.
He said, "I'll give the number
I'm-
first."
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
The other thing I'm gonna ding it on though is I hate pointed
Corners.
edges
Yeah.
on the or
Pointy
corners.
corners.
Pointy corners, just because
That was
they're
one
gonna
of my
get,
complaints.
they're gonna get bent up.
Yep.
What do you got, Dan?
I have an additional complaint that no one else seems to have.
It's your
Component wise,
It's your
I'm going to
face.
tell you right now, this dark die right here that's sitting right there, I cannot tell you what that number is from over here.
Yeah.
I'll
have
tell you
to-
what it is. It's a -10.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
Write
Yeah,
a
for you, it's
-10
a-
on your board.
It is a little hard to read.
So
Sure.
from a distance, with some of the colors they chose, the yellow, good
stuff.
die and most of the bad dice from across the table, right, which
Sure.
is a ways,
Yeah.
I cannot see what those numbers are.
I feel like the red's pretty distinct.
Yeah, the other one's fine.
I think it's just
the
purple.
yellow one's actually pretty good. You
Yeah.
are correct. The green and the purple are tough for me.
Sure.
I don't
Just
know why.
because it's a dark
And-
ink on a dark die.
And I should be wearing glasses. You know, I'm
Yeah, it's-
not right now.
I can't see. Why
I think
can't I
those are
see?
fair, but I do
They're
like
not for that.
I do like the engraved
No,
die, right?
they're,
The quality
they're
of the
gorgeous.
of-
They
It's like
feel
laser
good.
etched or whatever they call it.
Yeah, all that's nice. I'm just that's a little ding for me is some of the color choices.
Sure.
I guess same thing with having. I joked about this while we were playing. They have sharp square and round square as two of the shapes when there's 1,000 other shapes they could have used that don't
Listen.
look
Yeah,
similar.
you could do like a
a pentagon,
yeah.
a triangle.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 other shapes they could have used. They're just weird choice. But yeah, the game feels great. I kind of wish I had tried one of the papers to see how that feels and
sure.
everything just
Mhm.
for the review. But yeah, game feels good.
What about
Obviously,
you?
these are fantastic.
Yeah, I liked it. You hit most of the points that I had. The being colorblind, the shapes totally help.
Sure.
I like the dice; they're nice quality. The sharp corners, that's kind of a negative.
right. And we come from like
a long history of
long
gaming.
history of gaming and playing
Yeah.
playing card games.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, specifically.
Yeah, and you can see a lot of other games when they have the rounded corners, the card tends to hold up a little better.
Sure. Sure.
Sleeve would fix that too.
Right.
So
Right.
I mean, it's not the end of the world.
So what's your number out of 5?
For what overall?
Yeah. Because
I-
Dan didn't want me to go first. 'cause
Well,
he was gonna- he's gonna take my number.
I feel bad. I feel like it deserves a 4 with everything that I have sitting on the table right here. I feel like that number could be different if we weren't playing with these slightly upgraded pieces that anyone can get, but that we have. You know what I'm saying?
So you think
So
the dry erase
markers and
board?
the dry. I think that gives
enough?
every game a buff.
It
you know?
does.
I'm just not.
Sure.
I'm not sure if it's an actual whole point buff. They might get the same number,
Right.
but with different caveats.
Yeah, it's like I can play a
Right.
game that has a flat board with pieces on it that shift everywhere, but if that same game had dual layer player boards, it gets a bump.
Oh, well, we know how you feel about
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying the game might get a 4 with all the other pieces too. I'm just saying that there might be different caveats
Sure.
But so this deserves
How
a
we-
4.
how
it
we
is not
played it.
perfect, but it feels very good.
This
Yeah.
is a 4
Yeah.
for me. I really like the graphic design of it.
Mhm.
Yep. Very
Um,
clear, very concise.
Yep. It's really, it would be a 5 except for these corners for me.
Yeah.
It is enough because I know, because the flip side of that is I'm going to play this game a lot.
Mhm.
So it's going to get used. It's going to get beat up.
Mhm.
So that's where that wear and tear is going to show first.
Yeah.
Is right there.
Mhm.
I understand what you're saying about the board, but the paper quality on that is
Sure,
so
I-
thick
it's
and
still-
nice that I
yeah.
think that you're pretty
should
I'm
be
good.
not
okay.
well educated in that aspect.
Paper
so-
quality. I
In
used to work
general?
at a paper
Yeah.
store. It's nice.
It's just
quality.
not well educated in general.
General, yeah.
Thanks. I love it.
What about you, Bobby? Out of 5?
Yeah, I'd say a 4. I'd give it a 5 if there was a little bit more to it. There's some other role wise I play that have a few more like aspects to it
Moving-
that,
Sure.
that I
moving
would put it
pieces.
in. But it's solid. I like that it plays in 15, 20, 30 minutes, like not even
Sure.
30 minutes, you know.
Right.
And I was learning with 4 people.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I like that it's quick. It makes it a lot easier to get to the table.
And you can potentially have like some room for analysis paralysis, but even with that, like I
Yeah.
felt like it moved pretty quick.
Yeah, because the fact that you're only rolling the 2 dice, well, you know, there's not a
Yeah.
whole lot to
Pick
analyze.
a
Right.
number.
You know?
and then,
And then-
now you're screwed on this one.
Yeah.
So, how bad in
And depending on what kind of crazy you are, it might even make the choice for you.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Kind
So,
of crazy.
So I do like how they have the different types of crazy too, right? Because there's the different parts of your brain, because
And
your different parts of the brain control different functions.
And that's
so going crazy in that kind of your brain makes
that's a
different
really
thing
nice
happen.
mechanic,
Yeah.
right, in here that
Mhm.
that makes it unique
Yeah,
and fits the theme, right?
Mhm.
The theme is real strong. Is
correct.
really strong.
Really
with
strong.
this.
I'd give it a
Um,
solid 4 though.
So who is this for? Like, does this have a wide audience? I'm gonna say that the only knock that it has, as far as like appealing to a wide audience, like maybe like a Welcome to
Mm-hmm.
or a Quicks or
Right.
Gauntron's Clever or something like that, is that it's sort of the Cthulhu mythos thing.
Yep, that's People who like Cthulhu Mythos will like this game. People who don't know what that is will be like, okay, yeah, that was fun, but they don't quite get the whole
Right.
going crazy
The
thing.
theme doesn't make as much sense to
Correct.
them, but I don't think you need it.
Right. No.
So what do you? I want to give you the opportunity to
He
throw.
can go first number wise this time. But
Okay.
I was gonna say the other thing for this is the constant checking of math
Uh-huh.
is going to annoy some people.
yeah.
Right? It's not horrible,
Yeah.
but it is more in this game than most
Well,
other little games like this that I've played.
Sure.
I'm just saying that how available is it to most people? There's gonna be a lot of people be like, hey, just so you know, you have to add up numbers basically every turn and check if those numbers are lower than these numbers.
If you really want to, you could keep a little
you
tally.
should
next to your brain
We'll
segments.
mention that in the gameplay probably. Yeah,
Okay.
we have learned from this experience of like,
Yeah.
man, we should really
Keep a running
track.
tally because you're like, oh wait, I was crazy in blue. I should have gone crazy.
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you got on a number as far as like your wide audience?
Probably about a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not
Yeah.
for everybody.
Me
yeah.
too.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
How's
I
it feel to
agree.
go last with your 4
It's-
and you know follow everybody?
It's really it. It's so the last one, your overall rating of the game. So like your mechanics, your thoughts on the mechanics and like design, all of that together.
So everyone knows I do not like roll and writes. So I do not hate them, but every time I play one, I'm like, oh, that was cool. What's next? It's
Sure.
like basically how I say it. And so I'm gonna be a little harsh on this game just because it's a roll and write. I'm gonna give it a 3. It's not bad.
Uh-huh.
I would say it's one of the better roll and writes I've played.
Okay.
Right? Which
so
we
the
will talk
fact
about.
that you give it a 3
is actually a compliment.
It's
Is
a
what,
compliment
is what
for it.
I'm
Right.
trying to say. But yeah, there's just a couple things with the I love the art style.
Uh-huh.
Right? Nothing super deep or anything, but I like the art style
No,
they
it's-
chose. Again, clear and concise
Mhm.
are the two things that we go with there. I like the basic idea. I like the theme.
Yeah.
We will talk about that all together, I'm
Yep.
sure. It's just the fact that it's rolling right and how mathy it is throughout the game.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just a little
Little
for
mathy.
me. Yeah, it's just a little. I enjoyed the
Well,
game.
3 is
I will
still-
play again.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's the real thing, right?
Would
That's
play
why I
again.
wanted to go first
Would
because
you
I think
play
the
again?
3 will clearly be the lowest. Not that that's a low score, but it will clearly be the lowest. I think.
Yeah.
I think
So-
you're right.
So
Bobby, what do you got? What do you think?
Yeah, I'd give it a 4.
Right.
I enjoy roll and writes, so that's probably the
Sure.
difference between the 3 and the 4. I have recently played a newer roll and write that I think takes it almost to another level because there's just so much you can do with it.
Sure.
And but I like it. It's solid. I'd play it again. Yeah, for all the reasons Dan said.
So I'm a 4. I love the theme. I love how the theme
I love
works.
Cthulhu
And
stuff.
I don't even care. Like, theme doesn't always matter to me. Like, I can play a game, and if the theme, there's not really any theme, or it's pasted on, it's like, fine, whatever.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter. But the fact that this theme makes sense, and I mean, yeah, it all works. It all makes sense. It all jives with the cards and the dice, and there's enough player interaction, right? So you got some player interaction in there because you're picking. Sometimes I'm picking what die you're choosing, or like, you know, you just
I
mess
do
with
enjoy
your,
games that like where I'm doing stuff on your turn too.
Sure.
So you're not just sitting around waiting for your own
Yeah,
turn.
that's a huge
So that
positive.
so that's a good positive.
There's, I don't know what keeps it from a 5, because really, like,
Maybe this is the simplicity of it. 'Cause I'm telling you, once you play this other one,
sure.
that's gonna be.
And I also though kind of fall into Dan's court where I don't love roll and writes.
Yeah.
Like, I'll play them for like a little bit, and then I'm kind of like,
let's get into something a little more.
yeah,
To
a
it.
little more crunchy. Now there's a few that I do kind of that break the mold for me. This is more leaning towards that.
Okay.
There's some very popular roll and writes that I'm like, I'll play. I don't turn down playing, but I'm not going to seek it out and say, hey, let's play that.
This.
But this, I could be like, hey, guys, like, you want to play like a different kind of roll and write? And so this is really unique in that sense. And the theme makes perfect sense. Some roll and writes, the theme is whatever, you know,
Sure.
could be anything. But for me, yeah, it's a very solid 4 out of 5. Like, I can recommend this to just about anybody. And even like the lighter gamers that aren't into Cthulhu Mythos stuff, I could just, you know, you're still kind of having fun with the numbers and messing with your friends, so it doesn't really matter. But if you care about theme, it is there for you. You can really sink your teeth into it.
Sure. I also want to point out, because going off my negative, it's mathy, right? But it's also 2s, 4s, 8s, and 10s, or 6s. It's
all
4s,
evens.
6s, 8s, and 10s.
Yeah.
And you're just adding and subtracting those numbers. So it's not insane. I'm not trying to say that you have to be a
Right.
genius to play this game. And actually, so that I can get on the erasing here, I wanted to do this so that you guys can see what an end game board kind of looks like. People care about that sometimes. What is my goal here? So hopefully that camera's on.
And
And
and another positive is the game plays fast.
Yeah.
of course.
It does not overstay its welcome. You could knock out like a couple rounds of this while you're waiting for somebody else to like
Show up
finish
like,
up.
yeah, like, oh, Tim's on his way. Let's play a game or two of this.
Yeah, and then boom.
Let's lose our minds.
Yeah, let's go
Tim's
crazy
here.
first.
Crazy. Be that Prince song. But anyways, yeah. So really excited and glad to have had the opportunity to see this and play this, because I do think that this is a game that people should see and play.
Yeah.
And
This is the best themed roll and ride I've played.
I'll
I'll say that.
Okay.
I like this theme a lot. It's
Yeah.
interesting. Not just Cthulhu, but the
Just the
idea
crazy-
of losing your mind.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
is very interesting.
Sure.
And it's not just losing your mind, it's balancing like you kind of worded earlier, the gaining of knowledge and the losing of the gaining of insanity as well. Trying to balance that to be like, okay, so this turn I was insane, but I got a hold on it.
Yeah, right.
I'm okay now.
Figured it
swear.
out.
I'm better now.
Yeah, I'm better now.
now.
Let
guys.
me inside. What's the guy?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's Wilford Brimley in the
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
I know I'm
I'm
a
feeling
little crazy,
much better now.
but I'm feeling much better now. He's not. He's building a spaceship in the basement.
With a noose right next to his face.
He's crazy.
But yeah. Cool.
So yeah, no, really enjoyed Unlocking Insanity by Petersen Games.
Yeah.
So hopefully this review's been helpful to you guys. Make a decision whether it's something you'd want to check out. But us here, even Dan, because
Even
it's
Dan.
a rolling right.
Yeah.
We really do recommend it. And so thanks for watching. I've been Tim.
I've been Bob.
I've been Dan.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.